Hi guys, Assalamu alaikum. As promised, I'm going to try and put a video a week on the Facebook page, Millennium 5, and I'm going to continue with the one that we started last week. We've done a couple of videos so far. I'm going to continue this one now. I don't know if you remember the last one, but we we did color in this helmet. But I looked at it, and because I was rushing it for you guys, I wasn't very pleased with it. So I've basically deleted all of it and I've started again. So let me show you what I've done so far. So you can see that it's much better, much cleaner in terms of its lines and stuff, and it's much smoother. Before it was a bit rough. So you can see, yes, I have redone it, and I can't remember what the color was before, but it was well, I've decided to make it into Gadgetana. And it's funny because most of the ones I'm drawing are all of the women, so none of the men are getting a look in. I'm not quite sure why the men are not getting anything in, but I'm just doing, you probably can't see what I'm doing, the effects that I'm having on this thing here, but I'm actually using this smudge tool here, which is just softening up the edges of the blending colors. Now you can see here I've already got a source material showing you how I want it to look in terms of the reflection again. You know, very much the helmets that they wear. It is for protection, but it is also, as you can imagine, packed with all types of gadgets and goodies and whatnot. So it has to be fairly practical, and it has to be something that is very kind of slick. It has to be slick. It's not going to be like a bulky thing, like a massive crash helmet or anything like this. So this is quite thin in terms of its construction and the materials used to make it. I hope you can see that again. Keep pointing in the right place, Sunbeam. Yeah. So the helmets are definitely. What am I trying to say? I've lost my thread now. I'm trying to concentrate so much on this that I've forgotten what I'm going to say. But anyway, yeah, so I'm just trying to just blend in those reflective colors here. Again, if they were in a practical place like a street or an office or in a masjid or somewhere like that, of course the reflections would reflect that. The reflections would be clearly of, like, you know, if it was like here, say this was the sky, and then you would see something like this. Yeah, I'm just doing it very quickly just to show you. You see like a building in the background, right? And it's not to say after I've done, you see, like I've done this woman here, Gadget Lakix. You know, I could still superimpose and draw the buildings on top. Normally, these type of things, which are experimental, I would put on a different layer, because like this, I'm doing it on the same layer. I'm not doing it on a different layer. So if it messes up, I've messed up the whole of that background. So if I put it on a separate layer, then I can always go back and change it as well. So, but I'm only doing this just to show you guys that I could put in the background here, see that kind of the reflections of buildings and trees and whatnot. It might look strange, but of course you can see I'm curving it as well, because of course the curved helmet would allow the light to bend around the curvature of her helmet, and the visor itself is doing that. Okay, and of course the colors of whatever she's looking at. So if it was trees, then you'd, whoops, maybe not that dark, but you would see the reflection of the trees, the colors in the trees. Maybe not too much, because it's a red plexiglass thing. So of course it's going to reflect a hue of redness, isn't it? Okay, so you can see there what I've just done. It looks weird, but once you see it all together, you'll be able to understand that it's actually the reflection. So I'm going to undo all of that. Okay, I should do Control Z, it's just quicker. Okay, well, you can see it's been undone very quickly. There you go. There you go. All undone. So normally I should, as I said, I should have put that on a separate layer, because maybe I want to come back to it later on and mess with it. But, you know, I don't. Okay, just want to quickly show you guys something else I was working on while I was doing other things. This one is again, it's Gadgetana, and I've been working on this for the last couple of days now. A few of you, I've showed it to a few of you, and I do um, appreciate your support again. You know, it's good to get feedback from friends and people that you know, you can try things out on as well. So where is it gone? There you go. Okay, this one you can see it is much more readily completed. Yeah, it is much more completed. It's practically finished. Of course, it's Gadgetana, and again, you can see the reflection of her helmet. It's just like some bubbly things in the background. I don't know what it is, but you can see I've given a texture to her costume. I've drawn her gun. I'm not happy with it. I'm not happy with it. So what I've started to do is draw the gun separately to figure out how it works, the mechanism of it. Sometimes you have to draw things separately to kind of figure out, well, how does this barrel fit with this thing here? And to me, it looks a bit distorted. So I'm not quite sure how that's going to work. You can see her belts, the pouches that contain bits of like grenade, her, you know, other bits and pieces, lock picking tools and things like that. Shoulders here, and you can clearly see that that is a woman. I think you can see that's a woman, and there you go as well. So this, I have to put over here the strap, the holster for her her laser. These, as I said before, their weapons are non-lethal. They are strobe lasers, so they knock people out. They will knock them unconscious, and when they wake up, they may have a bit of a headache. But but obviously, if you want to penetrate brick and, you know, building or go through a shoot for a car, they're not going to work. So they have to use something else. So they have different rounds for different types of material and different jobs that they want to do. Again, you can see here the bit of cloth thing here, the cloth that goes just before, below and behind it as well, like a skirt type thing here. So that's one I've been working on as well. Really, you know, it's a matter of trying to get as many drawings in that look really cool, because they will be ultimately will be used in the proposed book as well. And nothing I do will go to waste, because everything I'm doing is it's a massive learning curve. You know, I'm still learning myself. I'm still trying to figure out how to do and how to get the best results for some of the images and stuff like that. So everything I do will be used for one thing or another. If it doesn't end up in the actual book, it's still going to be useful, because it helped me to figure out how to draw certain things, how to present things. Like for example, when I showed you on that last one, her tunic had those the material. You can see it on here as well. You can see the material kind of round, and if you look on her helmet, you know, that's a separate layer. I just go online and get a picture of a tech pattern, like a hexagonal pattern, superimpose it on top of it, and then kind of blend it in so it looks like it's actually a part of the material of her helmet. So those are kind of things I tend to learn, and you can't learn it by just thinking about it. You know, you have to have hands on. You have to get to grips with it. Some of you have been following my other work for the Allah's Amazing Messengers book, and you can see the evolution of me using the tablet. Started off doing like sketches, almost pencil line drawings, and saying, yeah, they're finished. And then as I got more accustomed to using the tablet, the artwork just went through the roof. I just started drawing it. I showed one yesterday, and somebody was saying to me, it looks 3D. This is the one when Ibrahim destroyed the idols, and took the axe and hung it off the neck of the biggest idol, and said the idol did it. It wasn't me. That one has become so 3D because I put one of the idols in the foreground and then blurred it, which then gave a 3D effect. I'd show it to you there, but this is only for Millennium 5. But the point is, the reason I'm telling you that is because I'm trying to emphasize that I'm still learning how to do things, and the artwork is changing. I mean, a couple months from now, these may look out of date. They may look a bit tacky and amateurish compared to what I may learn later on. I don't know. I'm not saying definitely, but by the evolution of what I've been doing and what I've been learning, it's possible. It certainly is possible. Now this helmet here, it's red, but I'm going to put a little bit of purple in there as well. It kind of gives it some body. not somebody, somebody. If I show you the one I had before, the Gadgetana one, you can see I've used a bit of purple. See, I've used purple here and there to kind of enhance it and give it more. I mean, there are other colors you can use that are related to. You can see down here by her dress thing that I've used purple to kind of to give it some depth. And you know, as I said, there are other colors that you could use that could do the same thing as well. But for now, I'm just going to use purple. You know, because because materials reflect, don't they? They reflect off of their surroundings, and I figured, well, why not use purple? And it looks really kind of, and I like the way it looks. It looks kind of, I don't know, just looks so cool. I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but it looks really nice. You can see I'm not going anywhere else. I've isolated just the visor, well, just the red parts, and I've put those marching ants on. So only the helmet and the top part of the helmet, the glass part, and the matte part on the chin here is selected. So no matter what I do, if I get a brush and I draw outside it won't register. But if I drag it on here, you see, only that aspect of it is gonna be painted because I've isolated. I'll do that, believe that. Only that aspect of it is been isolated. So I can, you know, I can kind of have a free hand. I don't have to worry about going close to the edges and being careful. And even the edges I've done here that I've selected, they're quite rough, but once I've deselected it, I'll then go back and touch it up, clean it up. You can see I've turned off the trace so we can see the helmet just by itself there. Okay, guys, I'm gonna go now, but inshallah, stay posted, get your friends and everybody to like my page, my Millennium 5 page, and to share it, inshallah. Thanks for the support and for all the likes. Let's keep those likes going up, inshallah. Thanks again, guys, and I speak to you soon. Assalamu alaikum.